Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, get a sense that you're going deeper and deeper relaxed. As you breathe in, notice where in your body there's any signs of tension. And I want you to imagine a beautiful meadow in a faraway land under blue skies and bright sunshine. Perhaps you can see butterflies, perhaps sheep grazing, maybe a gentle breeze, maybe the smell of the grass in the meadow. And just get a sense that the sunshine above this meadow has the ability to melt away any feelings of tension. As you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, imagine any tension in your forehead, around your jaw or your cheeks is just melting away. And as you exhale, feel that tension leaving your body in your outward breath. As you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, just imagine that any tension in your neck and your shoulders, just like ice cubes melting in the sun, imagine that tension melting away, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed, feeling that relaxation spread all the way down your arms as you continue to walk around this meadow, feeling a sense of freedom, relaxation, and tranquility. You're the only person in this meadow. I want you to get a sense that the sunshine is not just giving your body vitamin D, but this is sunshine of resourcefulness. It is replenishing whatever resources you need most now. Maybe that's confidence. And maybe it's other resources like tenacity or creativity, self-belief, self-esteem and confidence. As you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, feel a growing sense of resourcefulness and confidence in every cell in your body. And I want you to imagine somewhere in this meadow is a place where you can just relax and sit down. And you can imagine a chair or a sofa or a blanket or anything else, a place where you can feel relaxed in this meadow. Place your body in whatever position would enable you to relax even deeper. And imagine closing your eyes there in that meadow, still feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, feeling that muscles are releasing tension, taking you deeper and deeper relaxed. And it feels good there on that meadow, far away from reality. A meadow in a far-off land within your imagination, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to imagine that in your imagination, you can travel back in time. And I want you to imagine you are going to be a guardian angel to a different time in your life. I want you to imagine that you start to even look, just within your imagination, what a child would imagine an angel to look like. And I want you to imagine going back in time to a point where you were a child, at a point in your life before something awful was about to happen. And I want you to imagine meeting that little girl, knowing what life has in store for her in the months or years that follow. And I want you to imagine you're there to give her something that can help her. And maybe that's a resource. And maybe that's an emotion or a feeling. Or maybe it's just to know that she is loved no matter what happens to her. I want you to imagine that you're giving her a glowing ball of energy that represents whatever resources are going to help most to this little girl before whatever happens. And she's grateful for it. And she takes it. And she holds it to her body, and you can see her absorbing that resource. But more importantly, I want you to give her the information that you wish someone told you back then. Something that will help. And maybe it's just to say that none of this is her fault. There is no shame that she needs to carry. And if she accepts your advice, your wisdom, your resources, just let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine giving her something magical. That might be a piece of jewelry, a necklace, perhaps something small, and telling her that this will protect her from the inside. That things can happen in life, but it won't crush her spirit. And to tell her that she is more resilient and stronger than she even knows. Tell her that you love her and that she's valuable and that she's worthy. And I want you to give her a hug and say goodbye. I want you to go forward into the future. Forward in the future to a time that follows a period in time when bad things were happening to her. Again, you represent a magical angel to her, and just listen. Allow her to pour her heart out to you. Allow her to release any guilt, any shame, any feelings that she was holding on to. And tell her that she is valuable, she is worthy, she is loved. Imagine giving her a hug. And notice that just by having someone to talk to, it releases a lot of the shame that she was holding on to back then. And notice that she's still wearing whatever that item was that you gave her, maybe a jewelry, maybe something else, meaning that you've been there helping her throughout that period in time. I want you to imagine you're now visiting the same girl when she's older. At a time perhaps, maybe at a time that you thought was going to be a happy day, maybe a wedding day. And I want you to revisit that version of you where you didn't think you'd be alone, but you were. And again, you're there to listen, to support, to let her know that there is no shame for this version of you, that any shame belongs to someone else. Sometimes a victim will take on the shame of a perpetrator, and it isn't right, and it isn't fair. So tell this version of you that this is not her shame to hold. I want you to listen, but I also want you to give her any kind of insights that will help this period of her life. Give her any resources that might be useful. Because you are a guardian angel. You're giving her whatever she needs. And I want you to take from her any beliefs that aren't useful, any feelings of shame that are undeserved, so she's not carrying that burden. Take it all away from her. And imagine propelling it into the sun, disintegrating those unuseful beliefs and unuseful emotions. And then I want you to go forward in time to a time where you had lost weight, changed your body shape, and started to notice that people were treating you different. I want you to find a time at that area of your life where you were on your own, and then revisit again a third time. And to tell that version of you that you can be proud of the changes that you've made. That if someone else has an issue with your body shape, that is their problem, not yours. That if people treat you different, it's still up to you to make the choices that you make. And just because you have power, it's a privilege, but only if you choose to use it. It's an option, not an obligation. A blessing, not a curse. And again, give her a hug. Tell her that she's beautiful, she's valuable, she's worthy. No matter what she looks like, these are inner qualities. And then I want you to imagine drifting back to a time where you see yourself on a meadow. But all these changes in the past have altered a belief system. The cumulative effect of these three interventions has led to a ripple in space and time where this version of you now accepts yourself. And if your unconscious mind agrees that there is a new evaluation, a new assessment, let me know by nodding your head. And then I want you to see that version of you there on a meadow. And bizarrely, for some reason, in this meadow is a full-length mirror. But this version of you that you're seeing is able to hold eye contact with yourself in that full-length mirror in that meadow, and to look at yourself and smile. To accept yourself, to like yourself, to give the love to yourself that perhaps was missing at certain times in your life. Because when you accept yourself, you can love yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give to those worthy, deserving people that would also benefit from that love. And then drift into your own body, so you're now looking into the mirror, seeing yourself, looking back, accepting yourself 100%, but also accepting that you have the ability to change. Not to protect you, and not because you have to, and certainly not because you're being forced to. That it is okay to change simply because you want to. And if your unconscious accepts, let me know by nodding your head. And while we went in the past, we're now going to go into the future, and I want you to see a future where you see yourself living with self-acceptance. And that self-acceptance is the fresh start that you've been looking for. Because when you accept yourself, you've got the ability to live your life on your terms, to see yourself starting to write a book that you've been meaning to write. See yourself nurturing relationships with those that are deserving and phasing out those relationships that aren't. See yourself being free to be more creative, stimulating your mind, doing things because it gives you joy. And see yourself with more joy, smiling more, carrying a different energy, enjoying life because you accept yourself. See yourself living with time and space to just be in the flow. And doesn't it feel good to see that version of yourself in your future? And notice that when you see yourself smiling with joy, there is no dread that it will end. Because all emotions are like seasons. Even if joy finishes, it will return again, as sure as spring follows winter. And just accept that this version of you filled with self-acceptance can expect more joy and more freedom and more creativity and more love to receive, but also more love to give. And if your unconscious accepts this to be true, let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine that you're returning to that place in the meadow, feeling with a different energy, lighter on your feet, feeling more relaxed, feeling already a growing sense of joy, and that shame has been replaced with self-acceptance and joy. And then realize that all of this are just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, as you return to the present, taking all those positive changes with you, particularly a feeling of self-acceptance and the ability to love yourself for who you are. Returning to the present, hearing my voice in the present, all parts in the present, as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're back in your body, firmly in the present, as very shortly I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, brimming with self-acceptance. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.